What I played now is based on a simple idea that I want to share with you. If you feel like you want to create a guitar instrumental and you feel stuck, you feel like a writer's block, know that there's always a way. You don't have to passively wait for inspiration to come. You can invite the muses whenever you want them. When you pick up the guitar, and instead of just thinking about this as a blank canvas, you can start with a simple idea. That idea, I call it a seed, because it's like nature, right? You have a seed that you can grow step by step, organically, naturally. And the music I played was based on a fingerstyle pattern. Okay, so I'm going to share with you my idea, how exactly I played it, and other methods I used. And the cool thing is that you don't have to know a lot of things. You don't have to know lots of music theory concepts or even chords. So if you're ready, let's start. What I want to do is share with you this picking pattern that I created. So what I was playing was the strings 6 and 1, low E and high E at the same time. And by the way, if you're not sure, you're playing with the thumb, the low E string, the thumb, and the ring finger will play the high E string at the same time. And then I'm playing the second string with the middle finger, and the index will play the third string. So I'm playing 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then just one more note on the high E. So whenever you teach yourself a new picking pattern, and I would highly recommend for you to do it every day, you want to do it slowly and have a really consistent timing to it. And when you feel ready and confident, you can increase the tempo gradually. So that was the idea, okay? And once you have a picking pattern, you kind of limit yourself. And this is crucial for if you feel overwhelmed, you want to narrow down the options. And this is a restriction type of creativity, meaning you restrict yourself to this picking pattern, these strings even, although there are some changes you can make, some variations, which I can share with you. So the first thing is looking at this diagram. This is the E minor scale. So if I'm playing on the high E string, it will be open 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, and the notes are written E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. And you know, maybe not, but you have a low E string which has the same notes at the same locations. F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. So here's a map, here's an idea, okay? So it's called the diatonic principle, diatonicism. The idea that if you're playing notes inside one key or one scale or one mode even, it's like a family that all the notes, members of the family, get along together nicely. Sometimes they are not, like in a family. But overall, it's a simple way to just create music without thinking too much about chords and what to do with them. So you can see that you have the open strings, E, B, G, and E. So the first thing you want to do is have that picking pattern and then just go up and down the scale. So that was open. That's on the second. I'm playing F sharp with both fingers, the middle and ring. And I'm moving to the third fret and fifth, both fingers. 7, 8, 10, right? So if you're not sure, if you don't know this scale, this is a great way of doing it. You can just look at the diagram, go up and down. Now what it does, it gives you, again, the scale, and to translate it into music, to turn a scale, which is that's theory, it's theoretical concept, into actual music, usually it's just messing around with the order of notes. Instead of playing up and down, you just skip a few or jump from one place to another. Using the pattern. So there's some kind of movement, there's an engine going on with a rhythm, and there's some kind of changes you create. And what you can do is just experiment and see which one you like. For example, I like the C, the 8th fret, and the 7th B, and the 12th, and also the G. I have some kind of preferences. You might have different ones. And it's not just the notes or the choices, but what is the order and how many times you play it. It's basically endless. You don't have to play right? You can, it sounds like a chord progression. You can repeat the same one more than once. Right? It gives you lots of options, lots of possibilities, opportunities. So that's basically playing the same note twice. It's a little bit boring. It's an octave. So another approach would be to look at what you can do with the A string. Okay, so the A string, and I like the idea of having symmetry between the strings. Most of the notes you see are at the same place, so it's easy to visualize and remember, apart from one difference between the C and F sharp, which is the C 8th fret of the high E, and F sharp, which is 9 on the A string. And what you can do is move the picking pattern. So from, instead of low E, you just move it down to A, and you do the same thing. Okay, so with the A, right, I reached 7th fret, and now it's the E, the interesting one, C and F sharp. And if you don't like it, I would say it's okay, understand, but keep in mind that sometimes those kind of dissonance, the weird ones, have a really powerful role in music. And then we have 10 and 12. So again, after learning it up and down, what you can do is randomly move from one to the other and find your favorites. My favorites, for example, would be the 7th fret, 10th, and 3, which is exactly what I played. This is what I created at the beginning. Okay, so find your favorites, and then again, you can easily create this kind of chord progression, fingerstyle, and what's happening now is that you're creating a melody at the same time. And what I can already give you as an option, if you look back at the options you have on the high E string, which will be the string that is your kind of canvas to create those characters, the melody. Meaning you can have, if you have some space in this picking pattern, you have some space, right? Because you have, if you think about the 4/4 time signature, you have 8 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but the picking pattern ends on 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's an 8, meaning you have a little bit of time to add one more note outside of the picking pattern. right? You can just slide it. I love sliding, or just play. Slide anyway. But hopefully you understand you have a little bit of movement in between the picking pattern, so you can make the melody even more than just following. And that's boring, right? It's kind of predictable, but you kind of step outside the picking pattern. Right? You can even extend it even more. And that's where magic, I think, really happens. There's one more option, okay? So we got the low E and the A, and this is the D string. And I haven't actually used it a lot at the beginning, but hopefully you can see how you can use it. It will give you interesting results if you move parallel, meaning if you move from open to the second fret. And then this is 3 and 4, and then 5. If you're following it this way, you have these kind of intervals, which some people like, some don't. It's considered dissonant, but with some kind of treatment, it can sound really nice. Like, specifically, I love the one on the 10th fret. Very, very calming. It's like it's basically an add 9 chord, but again, we're putting theory aside and just enjoying the combination of notes. And if you like it, then you register the 10th fret, I like. And then you combine everything together. I'm gonna try to create a new type of music based on all these options. Actually, I'm gonna start with the 10th on a D string. Okay, so before I ended, I played those dissonance from before. A weird one, and also this one. They clash, but in the right context, when you create this kind of dissonant, you're creating a tension that you want to resolve. You want to hear a resolution in your head, or the listener would want to hear it, because if you end like this, no one wants to end. No one wants a sad ending. People want, although this is a sad ending, but at least an ending, a closure. So, yeah, that's the idea, okay? So, you have many ways to start a composition, a guitar instrumental. This video I showed you how to use a fingerstyle pattern to do it. And if you want more help, more ways of doing it, and to make sure that your fingerstyle technique is working with no bad habits, then I open a new community on School with a K. There's a link in the description, and you can join us. There's a free trial for 7 days. You can see if it fits you and what you want to achieve with your guitar and your music. And we're doing a cool challenge that is based exactly on that. We started with a picking pattern, and students share their picking patterns. And it's so interesting to see how many variations, how many perspectives you have for the same challenge. The challenge was finding a picking pattern using the same strings. And I love everything that the students came up with. This is really, really great. So you can too, you can just watch others get inspired, and you might find a new way that can inspire others. And after that, I'm going to mention that it's a seed that you can develop and grow. So once you have the seed, once you have the idea and kind of play with it, actually what I shared today is a little bit more advanced, but we do it in a more kind of step-by-step. After creating a picking pattern, the next stage is find a melody, just a melody on the high E string. And then what I shared with you now would be something like the third step of adding more and more elements. So with just a simple idea, a melody, kind of a bass line, and even more, there are more ways you can create something really, really great. I can see, sorry, I see this, this is live, by the way, and I see this comment from Brijesh. Hopefully I pronounced it correctly. Because it's live. I mean, this live will be uploaded and you can watch the whole thing from the beginning. So if you missed it, you can just watch it from the beginning and it will make more sense. I hope this was valuable for you. I hope to see you in my community. And if not, feel free to share something on YouTube or anywhere else and send me a link so I can watch it and maybe I can give you some constructive feedback. See you in the next video.